Hello everyone, PallyTub here. Welcome back to Heroes of the Storm. In today's video, we are going to be playing as Zagara. We have reached the final two characters that we need to complete this series. It's taken a long time, but we're almost there. Matchmaking over the past 2 days has just been... It's been an experience. It's been an experience. Zagara actually is sitting... at the number 3 or 4 spot as far as her overall win rate on HoTs logs right now. It seems that the scaling changes really benefited her in a big way, although it's not like she was actually changed as far as talent rebalances or anything. She's just a really strong laner, and the early game matters a little bit more now, so she's found a pretty nice spot in the game. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we find ourselves on the Dragonshire map today. Probably my least favorite map in the current rotation. This is going to be an interesting one, actually. This is going to be a pretty interesting one. The friendly team, Cho'Gall, Vala, Lieutenant Morales, and Zagara. The enemy team, Leoric, Tassadar, Kerrigan, Gazlo, and Sergeant Hammer. Pretty strong team. They're going to really be relying on their Kerrigan to make plays in order to set up some kills. And they're going to be relying on their Sergeant Hammer to really deal a lot of damage. We're going to go for Reconstitution at level 1. This is going to increase the healing that we receive from our creep. Yup, almost dead. So we're going to be laying this creep down all over the place, and the idea is we move faster on this, we have higher health regen, and we're going to be able to basically just increase our sustain just by having this out on the map. One of the best abilities we have for just applying lane pressure are our Hunter Killers, our Hydralisk, which is our W ability. We can put this out on a target, they will chase after them and just hit them with some ranged damage. Now, we are going up against a Tassadar, which can counter our creep pretty well. He does have an Oracle ability on his trait, that is his trait rather, which he can use to scout out stealth units or stealth things out on the battlefield, like my creep tumors, and then he could proceed to kill them. He also has Dimensional Shift, which allows him to reset the aggro on the Hunter Killers. Now, Hunter Killers in the past, here's your history, everybody that complains I don't do it anymore. Hunter Killers in the past used to despawn if their target disappeared. Now, they just continue to attack things. So all in all, a general buff. But that's been in the game for months and months and months. I'm going to replace that bitch right where it was before. Yeah, so he's just going to be going in and trying to kill off as much of this creep as he can, because he knows that it is making me a better laner. And as I mentioned, he's pretty good at doing that. He's going to be using his Dimensional Shift to get out of my Hydralisk as much as possible. So we're actually going to save those. I'm just going to trade into him here. Kerrigan coming in, so we're going to just completely avoid that combo. Hit her with the Banelings straight on and kill myself a Queen of Blades. You know what I'm saying? She may be the Queen of the Zerg, but I've evolved to not be afraid of her. Oh yes, oh yes. So yeah, you're a really big bully on Zagara as far as the laning phase go. I mean, you just are excellent. And Venom Spines at level 4 increases your auto attack potency. So you're actually able to just trade into people with auto attacks, and it's pretty damn effective. Looks like Tassadar has gone all the way back. We're going to be using our Banelings, that's our Q key, to deal AoE damage to an entire lane. And we do this by letting the lane kind of stack up and then going after the middle caster minion with our Banelings, and we're going to be able to hit that middle caster minion, and then the damage will just spread to everything else in the area. I mean, she's just the best. She's one of the best laners in the whole game. Really safe because your creep's going to give you a ton of vision. It really forces the enemy team to focus on killing your creep in order to be successful in lane. This Tassadar is playing extremely well, by the way. I don't often compliment the enemy team, but this Tassadar is doing all of the right things to try to live through my aggression. I'm gonna not move into that combo. Don't mind me, I'm just gonna go this way, everybody. Oh my god, there's 4 people. 4 mid. Alright, I guess. Alright, I guess they wanted me dead. So yeah, ganks like that is really what you're susceptible to. You don't have many escapes on Zagara. The only one you ever get is your heroic ability, your Maw, if you do choose to get that. She also has the Nidus Network at level 10, which could allow her to have more of a global presence on the map. We're not going to be going for that today. We are going to be going for the Maw. And that really is your only means to survive things like what just happened to me. So now that I know they're angry at me, I'm just going to spread this, this creep out a little bit more. Give me a little bit more of a warning when the enemy team may be trying to hunt me down. Our other ability that I haven't talked about is the Roach Drop, or whatever it's called, whatever the actual name is. Infested Drop. This is going to drop down some roaches. The impact of that projectile does deal some damage, and you don't really ever use it for the impact damage. Use the roaches to like soak up some tower shots, things like that. Really, your most mediocre ability for sure. I mean, you have the zoning capabilities of the Banelings here. They're pretty good at siege. Your Hydralisk, as you can already tell, I'm sure, excellent at killing players, dealing damage to heroes. But you know, the roaches, they're there. They do roach things. That's about it. That's about it. Just trying to spread this creep out as much as I can. As I mentioned earlier, he obviously is applying a lot of pressure to it. He's going to dimensional shift to drop the Hydralisk. Just phenomenal Tassadar play here. Really, really good at countering me. He's doing all of the right things. We're just gonna keep. We're gonna stay persistent with these creep tumors, though. It actually, I haven't been paying attention to bottom at all. It actually looks like they're really struggling. So let's come down here and let's kill ourselves a Gazlo, shall we? Let's just straight up kill ourselves a Gazlo. Are the roaches gonna be enough? Are they? Oh shit! Oh shit! Fuck. Okay, gotta go back to middle. Hold on. Hold on, can't let this happen. Hold on. Oh, okay, a little too late. Okay, so because we have a Cho'Gall on our team, we are at a pretty big disadvantage here. This map really accentuates teams that can be all over the place, and when you have a Cho'Gall, obviously they are committed to being in one lane. So we are gonna have an upward battle here if we want to try to win this game. That's not to say it isn't possible. It's just going to be a little bit harder than it maybe would be otherwise with another warrior and mage on our team. The Dragon Knight has shifted up to the top, so we are going to head up there too. Let's go ahead and just lay down terror here. We're going to get punted away. Going to position so we go to a safe spot with that punt, not overextending. I could have maybe put myself over in this corner. I had plenty of time to prepare for that. Here we are at level 10. We are going to go for the Devouring Maw. I was just about to use that on the enemy team's Sergeant Hammer, but it looks like they are going to get out of here just fine. Gazlo did go for the Robo-Goblin, so his strategy is going to be to punish our other lanes while the enemy team has the Dragon Knight. And as we saw in the last video, a split-pushing character can really just take advantage of the fact that Cho'Gall cannot be all over the place. So he is, you know, he is probably doing the right thing. This is going to be a hard game to win. I did kind of fall off on the creep management, so we are going to start to put those back down. Going to start to be more aggressive with those. But the enemy team in general is pretty fucking good at killing my creep. Yeah. Nothing to be worried about there, just a Leoric. Force Wall's coming out from the enemy team's Tassadar, so he didn't go for Archon. He did not go for Archon. Looks like we are going to be cycling up to the top lane to help out our Cho'Gall. He's trying to deal with the Sergeant Hammer over there. We do have Devouring Maw, which should be a pretty good counter for Sergeant Hammer. Should be a pretty damn good counter. Just come in here with some damage on the Leoric. The enemy team's starting to group up a little bit. We're going to put down that creep tumor, get that spreading a little bit. I love creep. Creep is one of my favorite things in the whole world. I thought I just heard a triple tap. They're starting to haunt my nightmares. Leoric just with really, really aggressive positioning here. Should I also mention that Leoric is a great counter to us as well? We did use the Maw there on that Gazlo, and we're just going to position to deal some damage to him. But unfortunately, okay, we did get the kill. Unfortunately, I did move up a little bit too far, and I was not receiving any healing from our medic, who just completely dipped out. I mean, it was a good Maw, yeah. Yeah, we're just quick match put us in a position where the enemy team has the tools to deal with our Cho'Gall. And we probably don't have we haven't really been using teamwork enough to overcome those obstacles, but that could change. We could definitely make that happen. Let's see. The Dragon Knight is going to be up again here very soon. And again, we're always going to be at a bit of a disadvantage here because the enemy team is going to be able to spread out more than our team. Quite simply, they have more bodies on the map than we do, so it's going to be easier for them to move in and really get these Dragon Knights. So I am going to try to siege up here in the middle lane. I'm going to try to make this my home, make sure that the enemy team knows this is where I'm going to be, but unfortunately, we don't have any backup here. The enemy team is just going to walk in and get that Dragon Knight, but we are now contesting bottom. This map is so hard with the Cho'Gall. What we could do in most situations is get our team to... Ooh, that's an ultimate. Okay, now he's pointing in the right direction. We could get our team together and just really punish lanes that the enemy team is not in. For instance, the bottom lane. We could just shove the crap out of that. The problem is that... As you can see here, the enemy team is actually pretty good at split pushing. Pretty good at split pushing indeed. So they're going to be able to punish us for doing that if we're not able to outpush them. So we're basically in a spot where this is becoming quite the challenge to figure out what we should be doing. We do have everyone down here though, and their Tassadar is dead, so we do have the number advantage. So I'm just going to push into this really hard. The enemy team coming in from behind. The Maw's going to catch Gazlo again. We can focus down this Sergeant Hammer here, and then the Banelings into the Maw usually results in a kill, but there was absolutely no follow-up there. Kerrigan coming in with her combo. We're just going to get out of the way of that. We do have the stim pack on our Valo, which is going to make her a very lethal killing machine. The Banelings on Sergeant Hammer preventing the retreat. And there we go. We just won a team fight. Good job, boys. Good job. That's exactly what we needed to do. Exactly what we needed to do. And I had some pretty good positioning there to dodge any type of damage that could have been coming out from the enemy team. We are pretty lucky, I think, that... I mean, it could definitely be considered the right decision, but Gazlo did not go for the Wombo combo build, which could be pretty scary with their team makeup. So Kerrigan is really their only means of clumping people up. We don't have Entomb coming out from Leoric or anything. So we definitely have the opening here to really make this work. Our Vala is heading top right now to get that shrine. I'm going to head middle and get this one. Hopefully the enemy team doesn't respond to this in time. Hopefully the friendly team can hold down the bottom lane. It looks like they are not doing that, though. Gazlo, a little bit too slow, though, so... Oh, very good interrupt. Very good interrupt. I'm just going to dodge that combo. Don't mind me. Kerrigan has not landed a combo on me yet. She did land a stun just there, but not the combo. There's a fucking difference, okay? There's a fucking difference. Vala still up top, is pushing that a little bit. We were taken down, of course, as you can see. We are going to go for Brood expansion at level 16, which is going to allow us to spawn 2 instances of our Hunter-Killer. I did go for the Mutalisk instead of the increased damage on the Hunter-Killer because they are able to follow people a little bit easier. They can go over terrain, that kind of thing. We know Leoric is going to be using the creepy hand or the creepy walk like crazy to get out of places. Again, a little bit of a miscommunication from our Cho'Gall there, both of them firing ultimates off in different directions, and they completely abandoned our medic. Can't just leave Morales. Oh, man. Gotta keep her safe. Looks like the enemy team is getting the bottom shrine. Do they have someone middle to take it? I don't know. I'll head up there. I'll head up there, though. I'll try to get there as soon as I can. Can we... Wasn't fast enough. Wasn't fast enough. So, we just have some fundamental flaws with how our team is approaching this map. We're not quite focusing on the shrines enough, and when you have Cho'Gall on your team, you really have to be on top of the shrines at all times. But I'm just going to go in here. I'm going to get a sippy cup. We do have a Mutalisk just knocking into this guy, and he doesn't really appear to be focusing them. As you can see, I'm trying to put the Mutalisk down in spots where he wouldn't be putting fire, because obviously fire would just kill them. So, you know, when a turret was already dead, I was putting a Mutalisk down at the turret at the previous turret location, trying to just make sure they can deal as much damage as possible. Let's go ahead and try to save our Cho'Gall here. The enemy Tassadar did overextend, and he is going to be taken down. And, you know, the Mutalisks are going to be pretty good at chasing after Gazlowe as well, who did go for that sprint talent. So we're trying to make the best out of the situation that we have. I think I have built appropriately for that. My Maw placement has really fallen off, but again, the enemy team is really good at killing, or excuse me, my creep placement has really fallen off, but the enemy team is also really good at killing my creep. And I have not really been using rapid incubation enough. This is a spot heal for me that I can just cast whenever I need to, whenever I want to, more accurately, which is going to keep me very, very healthy throughout the course of a game. Let's push top as hard as we can. Go ahead and call that in. I'll spawn in some roaches to start soaking up some tower damage, and then we'll get some Mutalisks out here as well. We should be able to take this over before the enemy team has any chance to respond to it. This has been a really good game so far. Just a really good game. I think we're making the best with what matchmaking has given us. That was really hard to say. Kerrigan, you're not going to land a combo on me. You're just not. Okay, Kerrigan, you might land a combo on me. She didn't even try. She stopped trying for combos. She's just going for like a pull and a stun at a time. I do have the double mutas on her, dealing some damage, or at least I thought I did. Now we do. Do not have a Maw ready to go, so I'm trying to position carefully here. I am going to lay down creep in the middle of this fight for the health regen. Very nicely done. We are picking up some more kills in this team fight. Very nicely done. We have some very aggressive positioning here, though. 15 seconds until these objectives are ready to go. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to stand here and I'm going to use rapid incubation. We do have the medic healing us too. And get bot. I'll head top. I'll head top. Never mind, it looks like they need my help here. Yeah, we kind of missed an opportunity there to really press her to the objective. But that's okay. Do you have Dimensional? I can't tell. You do have a Leoric walking right at me, which is a little scary. We could just pressure him with a Mutalisk. Kind of push him back a little bit. If he decided to stay. He did not. Okay, Vala's top versus the Tassadar. She should have that all day, especially because the Tassadar does not have Archon. We are middle versus no one. We have taken bottom. We have taken bottom. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Take it already. Oh, we just lost top. Fuck. All right, we're going to head top. Fury of the Storm coming out at level 20. This is going to increase our burst damage to targets. We already have a very strong auto attack. It's just going to become stronger now. It's going to increase our AoE damage output as well. I know it's not a conventional pick on Zagara, but it is one of my preferred talents in the game. And again, we've just left our Morales alone. She's not doing anything. Going to have to maul here. Fuck. You know what would be really good right now? Bolt of the Storm. Rapid incubation. Then we go this way. I tried to make the best of it. I really did. But we were just caught out of position. I wasn't paying attention. Was trying to go help our medic friend. They are technically not outnumbered there, so that would have been a fine engagement. They need to defend bottom. I don't know why everyone's leaving bottom lane. That's obviously where the enemy team is going now. The enemy team very easily going to be able to get a Dragon Knight now. We just kind of just straight up bailed on that. I don't understand that at all. So another Dragon Knight for the enemy team, 3 in a row. Why didn't you guys just stay bottom? I'm going to be up at 25 seconds. So we can try to help defend this. How are we doing? We're doing okay. We're doing okay. Rapid incubation, when it was first added into the game, was bugged for Zagara's first week of release. Very bad ultimate from our Cho'Gall there. Didn't hit much of anything. It was bugged for the first week of release, and you could just spam it. It actually didn't have an internal cooldown. So it has a, 45-second cooldown normally? But right when Zagara was released, it had nothing. So you could just straight up sit in the middle of all the damage that the enemy team could possibly deal and just out-heal it. And you better believe I exploited the shit out of that. My Zagara was level 9 in the alpha prior to the reset, and I believe she's level 8 now. So I have played her a fair amount. Not like, she's not one of my I'm getting body blocked so hard here. I could have set up a play with the Maw there, but everyone was just body blocking me because of that force wall. That's unfortunate. Leoric's going to be up on the map in no time flat. We're walking into a team fight that we are outnumbered in. And Cho'Gall just went deeper into this team fight and got body blocked. So not much we can do about that. But Baneling should be able to finish off Leoric here, and we're going to Maw here so we can live. How's that sound? That was actually a really good Maw. We can turn and fight this, actually. I'm really confident in this. I have some Mutalisks out on the map. They're doing some damage. We're going to continue to spread damage with our auto attacks. The Mutalisks almost picking up a kill on the enemy team's Tassadar there. We're going to spawn in some Roaches, so the Roaches will soak up damage from this building. But unfortunately, they have a Sergeant Hammer, so I'm going to back out. Sergeant Hammer with that graduating range, able to really set up and secure a piece of land when she decides that she wants to. My mana's not that great. Let's go ahead and Rapid Incubation. That's going to give us a little mana back. I like to always think about this ability as a sippy cup. It's just a free sippy cup that you can have whenever you want, on a shorter cooldown than the actual sippy cup. So, what else about Zagara? Zagara was the first character to be able to solo a boss in the early game. You know, Sonya can do it now with the right build. The Butcher can do it now very early with the right build. Rexar can do it very early with the right build. But Zagara was the first character who could take a boss at level 7. And you had to do a little weird of a build in order to pull that off. You had to get, like, more roaches spawning in and stuff, which is not very good. Let's just all be really honest about that for a moment. Those aren't good talents, generally speaking. But they would allow you to really surprise the enemy team with an early game boss. Now, it is worth mentioning that early game bosses don't really deal that much damage either, so, you know, that's a thing. Leoric's such a good counter to Cho'Gall. The Maul there does actually prevent them from escaping from that direction, but unfortunately, that's not what I was intending it for. And we were just ripped apart right there. The enemy team actually could very easily win the game right now. They could just walk right in and finish this core off, especially if their Gazla was with them. So yeah, we did not have the best team comp for this map. The enemy team did have really good ways to counter our Cho'Gall, and quite simply, we didn't make all the plays that we should have. But I think I talked about all the benefits of Zagara pretty well. She, again, hasn't really changed that much in a while, but with the recent scaling changes, she has skyrocketed up to the top. She's, I think, number 4 win rate right now. Has always been a solid character since her release. She does have some problems with escape. So the talent that I picked up at level 20, Fury of the Storm, I was hoping that the aggressive talent pick there was going to be enough to really tip our team towards the winning side there. It increases your pushing potential, obviously, because it's really intended to push lanes, even though you do get some extra hero damage out of it. So a Baneling Barrage into one auto attack would be enough to completely just push any number of minions out of the way, basically. But I think Bolt of the Storm is definitely the more reliable choice. As far as the rest of the build goes, I mean, this is pretty standard. Reconstitution increases the health restoration bonus on creep by 200%, and Venom Spines, which makes you a super early game bully. You have your W ability, your Hydralisks that do a ton of damage in the early game, and this just makes you even better as a lane bully. Definitely the best talent in that tier. I typically like to go for the increased creep range at level 7, but Rapid Incubation was the way to go this time just because they had so many easy ways to just kill my creep. Most characters on their team could kill my creep very easily, so not really going to increase that any more than the level 1 talent. Devouring Maw, because it's the team fight ultimate, can definitely sway the tide of battle. Mutalisk, because I knew a lot of these characters would have speed boosts. You have Sergeant Hammer, who is a very stationary character, normally, obviously, but with the thrusters, she's going to be able to get out of harm's way really easily. Gazlo, the same thing, and Leoric, the same thing. They just move out of the way really easily. And the Mutalisks are a bit more reliable at chasing people down long distances. Now, I could have gone for more flat damage here with the upgrade to just the normal Hydralisk, but I thought this would be a little bit better of a pick. Brood expansion, we can hold 2 charges no matter which brood or no matter which hunter killer talent you pick at level 13. That's usually the way to go. And again, Blink, Bolt of the Storm probably would have been a safer pick there. But overall, I think it was a pretty good game. Showed the strengths and weaknesses of both teams, I feel like. I don't feel like we played horribly, just made some of the wrong decisions at the wrong times. So last up, we have Zeratul. He's my baby boy. I love him.